Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into LIT Radio. I'm your host, Dwayne. With me is a very esteemed MC, Long Island
Uh,
native, student of the game.
I be trying, bro. You know.
Like he, he's the Mamba of rap. Like the hours he puts towards it, you
Yeah.
man, look. So without further ado, Mr. Pronoun, say what up to the people.
Yo, what up, y'all? How y'all doing? I guess quick intro. My name Pronoun. Um, I'm from Long Island. I've been rapping for over a decade. Um, I'm currently reside in Louisville, Kentucky. I've been rapping out here. I'm signed to Creative Native Records, which is a label based out of Louisville, Kentucky. Um, and just I rap. I'm nice, nigga. I do my thing. Like, you know what I mean? Am I allowed to curse? I don't mean to ask like being in the herb or nothing like that, but I'm,
I
you know.
mean, we've already been playing your music with Curtis in it, so here we are.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Wow. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So yeah, we good. But yeah, I'm nice, bro. For real. Like I feel like I'm one of those that like you read about in rap that like really dive down into the art of the craft and trying to like and being a perfectionist and like all that stuff that's like, oh, this is what why hip hop used to be so great. I'm kind of one of those for real. You know what I mean? Like so um I've been I personally consider myself to be a fairly humble person. I don't really generally be out here like, oh, I'm the shit. I'm so fucking nice, nigga. But at the same time, like I feel like I've earned that to this point in terms of by the quality of my work and by my catalog. So, you know what I mean? Like not trying to be cocky, but like I'm really dope. And like a lot of times people ask, like, why should we listen to you? And I think you should just listen, just pick any song at random is how I feel. Like any song off any of my albums, the album cut, the single, whatever, pick anything and just listen to it. And then, you know, if you feel like you should listen to another one, go ahead. And if not, you know, pay me no mind. That's just how I feel about it. And usually that has worked out pretty well
That is a very nice, humble brag.
for me. I'm good at that apparently. So yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
know
I
what I'm
mean, that's
saying?
just because a lot of people, and especially in rap, it's all about, these hyperbolic, you know, I'm the nicest ever and all this other stuff. But like, it's like, yo, like you could listen to my bad stuff and it's still good. You know what I'm saying? Like, just pick
Yeah.
whatever. I
Yeah,
know
just
plenty of
pick one
artists.
like dog, it's crazy because people will be on that like you know, they kind of just go like, yo, I'm the best rapper ever, or I'm the best rapper in my city, or I'm the best this or best that. And really, objectively speaking, as one of those people that like could kind of like that's skilled enough to try to state that claim if I really wanted to and might have a shot at it. There is no actual best. All the best rappers know that there's no actual best. There's no singular person that is head and shoulders above and more talented and makes better music than everybody else. It does not exist. It never has existed. You know what I mean? Like, so I I I used to have that goal when I first started out. I was like, I'm gonna be the best rapper ever. I'm gonna be here by the time I'm this age. I'm gonna be here by the time I'm this age. I'm gonna do this. And the more that I worked at it, the more that I kind of came to understanding that what I really enjoy about this is doing what I think would be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, yeah, I can make a club record, I can make this or that. And it's not like I don't make those type of records or like singles, things that I know will go on the radio. But one thing I always try to do is not compromise what I find interesting. And I think that's where people slip up when they try to say, like, oh, I'm not gonna sell out. It's like, I can make a song that I know is better for the radio that I cannot curse in because that's better for the radio in
Right.
general. And you don't need a clean version and do stuff like that. And, you know, make songs for a certain purpose. But at the same time, what I do is I just don't compromise what I would find interesting with that. So I'm not going to make a club record for the sake of it that I don't like. Like I'll
Right.
make a club record that I like or a club record that's interesting, that's telling my perspective walking through the club or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But it's like as long as you don't betray who you are as an artist, you really do have the creative liberty to kind of just expand your horizons and do different things and do other things that might seem outside of your character or your image or whatever, but at the same time, like you control that. So that doesn't even mean it. You know,
True, true.
I set out when I first started rapping, really trying to prove that the way I look at it is that about 70%, we'll say, 75, 3 out of every 4 people that listen to rap are not living a famous rapper's lifestyle.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and 75% is being conservative with it. Like in real life, it's probably a lot higher. It's probably like 90, 95, something like that. Most people ain't driving around with the nicest car and with all these clothes and got all these bitches and doing all this shit. More than likely not. You might be successful on whatever level of business or just being an employee or whatever you are, but you ain't just, I do whatever the fuck I want with my day. I sit around, smoke weed, and I rap, nigga. But you're trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and that's what those at the top do. So people try to portray that. And my
Right.
thing is, most people that listen to rap live just like me. Not poor, not rich, like rap, living their lives, working, owning their business, whatever they're doing, just kind of just going through life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Right.
trying to do the best that they can and trying to excel and definitely trying to be rich and do whatever. But like everybody ain't living like that. And I've always had the theory that if you can make that interesting, it's far more relatable than any of the other shit that people talk about that is the most popular music. And it's borne itself out over the test of time, because when you look at the truly like top shelf revolutionary, this was the best rapper from this year type of cats, usually it's those. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
usually it's a Kendrick, it's a Cole, it's a Drake, it's, you know, somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like these people ain't up here just talking about nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even when Drake makes a club song, he makes a club song about being in the club missing a girl, or you know what I mean, or being
Right.
like other shit that happens but isn't often talked about, but is very relatable. And it's like I just feel like I set out to prove that I can make albums and albums and albums about being a regular dude that has a job and just, you know, is chilling and rapping and, you know what I mean? And that's it. And it could go. And I've made it go for years. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so for me, it's just like, I like doing that. I like being a person that stands for that to some degree. You know, like I went a long time without having any kind of record deal or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people always used to say to me, dog, you're so nice. How come you're not signed? Like, you should get signed by this one. You should get this. You need a manager. You need this. You need that. I've had deals on the table. They were slave deals. Like, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like they were, you know, I wasn't going to end up one of those dudes that signs a deal and then they have creative liberty over what I decide to do. They can tell me I have to do this with my music,
Right.
or that they can tell me, okay, we own the master recordings to this music in perpetuity. So whatever you do with this, if one day the song pops 15 years later because it's in some movie or whatever, and you don't get none of the streams, you don't get none of that money, you don't get none of it.
Right.
And I had, because I'm kind of a student of the game in a business sense a little bit too. I can't say I'm the most incredibly knowledgeable person ever, because there are people that just they drill into the business. I'm more of a creative guy.
Right.
But I've seen enough bullshit to not sign nothing that don't look right. And just nothing ever looked right. So I didn't sign a deal. You know, and it looked like you know, people judge by you don't have a record deal or you don't have X amount of streams or whatever. And that's how they judge your worth and your success and your career. And for me, it was like, it looked crazy for a while being a rapper for like 10 years. And I wasn't even on major streaming or anything like that until like last year, like late last year, like when I dropped All Juice.
Right.
Before that, I had never been on Spotify, Title, any of that. I had songs on those, but they were songs that were features on other people's songs that had songs
Right.
on mine. So like I did a feature for like my man Jans, and I was on that, you know, etc. But I didn't put my own music on there because I always felt like while the exposure that you get from major streaming services is definitely a plus, and that's definitely, you know, you really do need it in today's day and age.
Right.
But when I was rapping before the age of this, like I've been rapping since before Spotify. Like I remember when Spotify, I got an invite for it when it was UK only, and they sent me an invite when they were moving into the US to first start it. So like I remember this becoming a thing, and I was rapping that. You know, so for me, it's like I've made more money just putting my albums up on my Bandcamp website and putting just name your own price, which is whatever you decide it's worth. You could put $0 and then put in your email, and I'll just email it to you, and that's
Right.
fine too. You know, if you feel like you should spend something, go for it. If you feel like you should come back, I've had people come back and like drop $10 and re-download the album just to drop $10 just because they liked
Right.
it after. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I'd rather leave it up to just an open people's opinion thing of how much my work is worth than like put it out there for free and make the smallest possible percentage I could possibly make off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've made more money based on the amount of plays that I've had on my, say, like my Bandcamp site. Based on the amount of plays that I have on there, if I translated those plays into any of the DSPs, like any of the, Spotify, even Tidal, which gives you the most, I make nowhere near as much money as I got from just straight up donations of people just at the kindness of their heart, or because they respected the art, or because they fuck with me or whatever, throwing
Right.
me just a couple dollars. I'll throw you $2 for your album, dog. Cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's fine, because people respect the honesty in it. You know what I mean? People respect that, like, you can pay me whatever you feel like it. People will pay you more often if you, like, there's been lots of studies about this. Like, if you give people the chance to just pay anything, often they'll pay a lot more than if, like, whatever your set price is. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, just on the strength, of just like, oh, word, like, damn. And then also, I never wanted money to be a barrier to entry to my music. And
Right.
considering that I had been rapping before like the start of streaming services, for me, I was looking at it like, okay, what if you don't have Spotify or Tidal or any of this? Because at the beginning it was just Spotify, then Apple had theirs, and everybody kind of came thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody didn't have that shit. Like, people, niggas are still going on YouTube and downloading shit, and you know what I
Right.
mean, like, in real life. So like, I didn't want that to be a barrier to entry either, and put my album there and then say, okay, you got to pay $10 a month in order to listen to my shit. Now everybody does it as just straight off the rip, so it's
Right.
different. So, but I've made way more money on donations than I ever would have made streaming that exact same amount of plays on any of the DSPs. So for me, it didn't make logical sense to do it other than for the look and for the streams and for the data and stuff like that. And those things were a lot less important back then, and now they're kind of a lot more important. And now I'm also on an actual record label. Shout out to Creative Native Records. You know what I'm saying? Like, my label is the dopest collection of fucking characters ever, dog. I swear, like, man, like, I moved out here about 7 years ago, right? And I moved out here from Long Island because I could not get a show in Long Island to save my life. I couldn't. There wasn't no venues that allowed rappers to even step in there and do some rap shit at all. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? And yeah, exactly. Of
I
course,
was
yeah.
there.
We from the same hood and all that. But like, yeah, it's like, it was crazy. Like, you would have to, okay, if you're trying to come out your pocket with $200 to do a $10 set on the opening act of 4 opening acts before some major artist where nobody's even there to even pay attention, then you could drop your 200 and do that. But that's not actually getting from like experience. Like,
Right.
you're getting experience going up there and doing it, but you're not getting experience of rocking a crowd, of reading the energy, of, you know what I mean, doing call and repeats. You're not getting none of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So a giant part of why I moved out here was because there was so much opportunity for me to get in front of people and rap. You know what I mean? Like, and I needed that at that point in my career because I was a really dope rapper, but I'd had like 3-4 performances. Like, if you got me in front of people, like, I'd run out of breath on the second song, or like
Right.
run out of, just like blow my voice out on the second song or whatever. Like, I knew I needed work in that capacity. So I came out here to visit, and like, I came out here to visit for my birthday for like 10 days, visited one of my homies that was out here, Cam Adams, and came out here to visit, hung out, met a whole bunch of the rappers first night. Like 20 rappers came by the crib, and niggas had a cipher. And I was like, yo, these niggas is spitting out here in Kentucky. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I did a performance at an open mic, and then I went to a bunch of other performances over that week and a half. And by the time I left, I'm like, damn, like, this is crazy. Like, this is, I could really make some shit shake out here. Came back home and immediately got fired from my job over some bullshit that I didn't do, but I could understand why it looked how it looked at the time, right? So at that point, I didn't have a reason to not move out here to
Right.
pursue my career. You know what I mean? And it ended up, it kind of came to a point where it was like, if I really am going to pursue rap, I need to be able to perform. And with the type of songs that I do, performance can make it pop so much heavier. Like, I have songs that you can listen to them and it's like, yeah, that's cool. But if you see me perform that motherfucker, it's like a whole different experience. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, I have songs that I've had people come up to me after the song and like tell me like like, yo, like, I needed that today. Like, dead ass, like stare a nigga in your soul type of shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
the shit that you live for as an artist. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like I done had people tear up and just be like, yo, my cousin, some shit happened just like that, da da da. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that that was something that would be a big part of my draw and my appeal as an artist was my live performance. So I came out here to pursue that. And then, you know, I've kind of built up a name for myself out here now. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like I always felt like what I do can translate. You just have to do it right. You have to make it interesting. You have to add enough details to where people know you ain't bullshitting and people can visualize themselves and visualize it there. Like the details, the small details are everything when it comes to like storytelling. And like as a I started off in pirate radio when I was 14, when I was a freshman at Belport High. And my homie had a radio station and he basically, it was illegal. He blasted it out of an antenna on top of a treehouse in the back of his house. Right. So we would go in there and just play radio shit. We had like unsigned hype Saturdays. Niggas would give me their CDs in school and I would spin their shit on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like we eventually got shut down by the FCC because that shit's highly illegal and the
Right.
licenses cost like $10,000. But still, in doing that, I learned a lot about hip hop, being basically a radio DJ at 14. You know, so I started really like coming to I listened to everything. I listened to music from every coast. I listened to every type of music, everything, because I was always screening shit for the radio.
Right.
So like that gave me a good understanding of lyricism and what makes a song good and different rhyme schemes and, you know, different ways that you can tell a story and, you know, the third person perspective, first person perspective. And it kind of, I fell in love with the challenge of it, of
Right.
like the beautiful thing about music is that I'm clearly a long-winded person. And I like to, I have a wealth of knowledge about a lot of different random things because I'm like a nerd. You know what I'm saying? And I like being able to explain things. I have a knack for being able to explain things in a way that is translatable. You know what I mean? Not saying
Right.
like be me being a nerd or anything. I'm smarter than anybody. I have a way with words, obviously. You know, I'm a
Right.
fucking rapper. So like I like the challenge of figuring out how to say something in such a way that it resonates with people. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
love that aspect of it. And that's what keeps me rapping. Because, truth be told, my life is in a place right now where I don't got to rap. Like, I could just work my job. I got a girl, I got a kid. I got the American dream for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm really happy with where I'm at right now. But I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
love what I do. I love doing this. And I love that every song a fucking is like a fucking puzzle. And you know what the picture looks like because it's your picture that you took, but you don't have the box to like look at it and then figure out where to put the pieces.
Right.
But you know the picture because it's in your head and it's your picture. You know what you want it to look like. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it's like that challenge of figuring out where to put the fucking pieces is what makes me love this shit so much. You know what I mean? How do I explain like when I did the Context album in 2018, right? Made that album, I put it out. It was all about America and how shit in Trump land and how shit got crazy. And I needed to explain how we got here. So like every song was themed about a different like giant misconception, like confrontation type of thing. Like the first song was just me spitting bars and just get my bars off because I always do that once an album. Like every album, traditionally, every album, I have one song that's like, I'm fucking nice. And if anybody want it, you can get it, my nigga. Like, and that's
Right.
like always a thing. I have to, I like my rapper pride has, I'm gonna do one where I'm gonna just rap for the sake of rap and be like, I'm really good. And I dare one of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, not
Right.
like I actually think I'm better than anybody, because again, there is no best. But like I'm a competitor, I'm a rapper. I believe in my shit. I take pride in the craft. So I always get off the I rap for real song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then after that, like track 2 was Law of Averages, and that shit was about police violence and police brutality. And like, how do I explain how fucked up this shit is? And then I took the whole Botham Jean case and just ran through that shit. And like, you know, just spot for spot and being like, how does this shit make any sense? You know what I mean? So like the one part I'm like, how do I explain the severity of how fucking wrong it is to just walk in a nigga's house and shoot him, and it's not your house, and be like, oh, I thought it was my house, and like it'd be all right. You know what I mean? Like how,
Yeah.
like we all understand the basic premise that shit is fucked up, but like how do you explain it? You know what I'm saying? And all I could do was just very rapidly run through the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? Like really fast, like just all the fucked up facts about it really fast, like as if how we feel about it. Like it's like like we quickly will look at a case after we've like seen the whole Botham Jean case, and now we're watching the verdict and shit. And they're like, yeah, no, you know, or not guilty of this because of this. And like we'll watch and go, all the facts will go through our heads, and we'll immediately go, well, what about this? What about how it wasn't in his house? What about how she didn't, you know, announce herself upon entry? What about this? So I just ran through the facts, and then just was like, please don't insult my intelligence. You know what I mean? Like, and then went into how wrong it actually is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I feel like that translated well, because when I perform it on stage, and that's one of the other key things about performing on stage, is that you get real-time feedback from a bunch of different diverse people that look at life different ways.
Right.
But fuck with hip hop, you get to see who hears you for real. You get to see how many people in the room you can really grab with the shit you're saying. You know what I mean? And why, and what parts people's ears perk up, and what parts they go, oh shit, and look at their homie like, damn. You know what I mean? You get to like visualize that, and it helps you write better. You know, so that part is one part of the song where people just go off. You know what I mean? Like I was like, and then told the public, so nightly news debates if you do the basics of justice, please don't insult my intelligence or shoot a man down because you're scared of him. And if it turns out what you thought it wasn't real at all, then don't embellish shit or claim irrelevance. Nah, that ain't fair at all. Because if we shot y'all, we get hit with charges, thrown in cells, beat like there's no tomorrow. But take our lives to say, oh, I'm sorry, it's not enough. You know what I mean? Type of shit. Just kind of just putting it in a box, but it's like you have to set the scene first. You know what I mean? Like, and like one thing I've noticed about storytelling is one of the best things to make your story really hit is to tell it in such a way that at the crux of the beat, in a certain part at the 8-bar mark, whenever you get a certain sound or a certain thing where the vibe of it changes, to change the vibe rapidly of what you're saying. So I'm just talking about the case and then immediately go into being like infuriated about it. Like when the beat drops out, so that it catches, right? You know what I'm saying? And shit like that, and using the lulls and the flows and the beat to make the emphasis strong. You know what I'm saying? So like I love that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? And like you go ahead, you guys say something.
So yeah, with this product that you got here that's unreleased yet. I'm looking through this list. I listened to it last night. Really dope stuff. I'm gonna start with "Waiting in the Water." What was the inspiration behind that? Like just like a brief little background behind it.
That was the spiritual successor to Law of Averages, which is that song I was just talking about the Botham Jean case. And I talked about Mike Brown in that a little bit too. And I talked about Kaepernick in that too. It was kind of the spiritual successor to that song. And it was more so saying, look, we know this shit is fucked up. We get it. Y'all ain't trying to do shit. But understand that we gonna thrive and shit's gonna be fine. And we ain't the monsters that y'all act like we are. But fuck y'all though. You know what I mean? Like if that's what you on, like don't come around here then. Don't be acting like that then. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna strive regardless. And we have helped build this shit regardless. And we are Americans regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like of how you feel about us. Like it doesn't matter. Like we came over here on the slave ships and we helped build this country, and entertainment and a lot of other things are driven by what we do. Pretty much every form of music, I can't say every, but pretty much every form of popular American music was started by Black people. You know what I'm saying? Like almost all of them. You know what I mean? For real. You know, like a lot of the dances, Black people. You know what I mean? We're pioneers in a lot of ways, and not just in entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Niggas done seen hidden figures by now, nigga. Like y'all ain't get to space by yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's a lot of shit where like there's a lot of Black people involved in a lot of the infrastructure and the greatness of this country. And a lot of that shit does come from us. And this next generation is understanding that on a better level than the previous generation, that our generation did. Like, as much as people try to talk shit about Generation Z or whatever, them little niggas understand fairness in a much and accept it in a much larger capacity than like the average person from our generation or the generations previous. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get it. Like, they like, oh, okay, all right, you gay, all right, bet. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're black, I bet. You know what I mean? It's no kind of bullshit behind it. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, yeah, my mom kind of says shit like that, but that shit's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, it's not cool to be a racist to them in their circles of friends and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not cool to be ignorant like that. It's not cool to disrespect other people and other people's way of life, especially if it has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, right. and it's like, wading in the water is me talking about how we are going to progress regardless. I also wrote it about just from the position of anger of how we all felt, but I wrote it in March, and then, or maybe earlier than March, but I sent it to my brother. March 31st
is what I see here.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I sent it to my brother in March to put a verse on it, and I was waiting for his verse, and then the protest happened, and it sounds like I wrote it about the protest, but I didn't. But if the shoe fits, nigga, it fits. And I'll shut up.
All right, about to play it right now. Wading in the water.
Yo, I got a painting of James Baldwin merged with Galactus under a Basquiat crown on my wall, nigga. I'ma rap just like a nigga with that shit on my wall, nigga. Fuck how you feel, it is what it is, ho. Check. Aye, yo, came as a slave that was raised for the slaughter. Climbed through the ranks cause we came from abundant wind. Swam all this way just to wade in the water, my nigga. Yeah, came as a slave that was raised for the slaughter. Climbed through the ranks cause we stay overcoming wind. Swam all this way just to wade in the water, my nigga. Nah, no, I said no, I said no. Nah, no, I said no, I said no. Nah, no, I said no, I said no, nigga. Yeah, no, nigga, yeah. Hey, came from the bottom. Dead broke nigga raised on the gospel. Batman never came to my Gotham. Just a two-faced DA turned a monster. Big Bang niggas giving backbreakers. Any bystanders they ain't recognizing. In a place where your face is your passport, you can pass, go and lose $200 quick as fuck. You ain't from the ghetto, don't come to the ghetto. Niggas buy they reels off the funds they stuck. You ain't gonna do shit but cough that up. Fuck around, die trying to call that bluff. This is the environment they force on us, trying to say our nature was a fuck shit up. Once they fuck shit up, but we still so great that the youth love us. Cause they know we special. Copy all our moves like our souls were tethered. Silly rabbit tricks with Billy Batson. Say the right words, the wolves come from the rafters. Fuck that, we on the setting goals with efficacy, equity, excellence on a hat trick. Triple double, then alley it to the faction. Off the glass and we duck the shit backwards. Dinner served, street two on your bastards. Came as a slave that was raised for the slaughter. Climbed through the ranks, we was raised from abundant wind and came all this way just a way through the water, my nigga. Yeah, came as a slave that was raised for the slaughter. Climbed through the ranks cause we stay overcoming wind. Swam all this way just to wade in the water, my nigga. Nah, no, I said no, I said no. Nah, no, I say no, I said no. Yeah, no, I said no, I said no, nigga. Nah, I said no, nigga. Yeah.
Wanna talk about slaves? Right. But how about that 30,000 part inmate? Like, work on some more checks we saute, but it's all about the case. So like Big Bro say, Nipsey not dead, we got the same brain. Not literal nigga, but I be on the same thing. Love the rich, feed the poor. Cardboard that you know who got the door. Really gang. I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't never gang bang. I was more in this sports, got the quarterback aim. Black nigga with an arm, running out of option. I can bowl, pull across, I golf, I can swim. You can hear what I'm saying if you want to pay attention. Pointing out across little white people games. Don't shoot me, I ain't racist, my wig, I'm just playing. My engine of vanilla, we need a potent. Same time I be ripping the whole thing. Strawberry bar and beat, this shit is just ice cream. It's not rap, it's really just maintain. Cause whoever goes second gon' body the whole thing. New feel my wave if you ask me. Fucking drop a whole tape, let it back me. Fuck that weighted in the water, can't slave me. Turn this shit to Jenga, you try to chain me.
Alright, yo, came as a slave that was raised for the slaughter. Climbed through the ranks cause we came from abundant wind. Swam all this way just to wade in the water, my nigga. Yeah, came as a slave that was raised for the slaughter. Climbed through the ranks cause we stay overcoming wind. Swam all this way just to wade in the water, my nigga. Nah, no, I said no, I said no. Nah, no, I said no, I said no. Nah, no, I said no, I said no, nigga. Yeah, no, nigga, yeah.
There might be a third verse on it, but I gotta see if I can get it back. So, not me, but somebody else. But I'm gonna not say nothing.
And that was Pronoun with JP waiting in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he go by Flosito now. Oh. Yeah, it's all good. You know the real. You've been around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we did a couple classes together. Mm-hmm. But yeah, good stuff.
Thanks, man.
I mean, I got time for two more, but I'm trying to fit. I want to play my favorite one last because I'm just
okay.
I'm that kind of guy.
I feel it. My bad. I ain't mean to take up all your time with my rambling. So
I mean, you're a rapper. I get it. I rap as well, so you know I know. Mm. And the thing is, like, you're excited about your craft and being able to speak about it. Mm. Like you still have the same newness as somebody that just started realizing that they can rap for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you still have that newness since over a decade running. That just shows that you're a pure artist.
Yeah, bro. It's just interesting to me. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. Like it's something I enjoy doing the same way anybody else enjoys like their favorite hobby, but not just a hobby, but like their favorite one. It's right. Like, this is my favorite one for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
So this song Bright right here. What's the background behind that?
Okay. Bright is a song that I wanted to write about how teachers and people in our lives when we're young Black people, like whether they push us forward or push us backwards, and like the challenges you have as a young kid that wants to do well and wants to be great, wants to do like big things with their lives, but like people don't always believe in you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's kind of like I wanted to write a song like that. It has another verse by All In Beezy. Shout out to Beezy. Beezy's verse is fire. I just didn't have it connected to this version, unfortunately. But he's gonna be on the final version when it drops. Same thing with that. There may be a third verse from somebody else if I can get it back in time. And that'd be dope too if that happens. But Bright is just about that, so I wanted to talk about being a kid and being like, the smart kid in class that like the teacher sleeping on me. There was a teacher that I wrote an essay and then she gave it back to me and I got 100 on it. And she circled this one line and then she said, "This was really good if you wrote it." And I'm like, bitch, like, word, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Bitch, how dare you? But like, I ain't give a fuck for real enough to make a thing about it or show my parents and no shit like that. It's like, all right, cool, bitch, I'm still gonna pass. Like, fuck you. And what was ironic about it was I wrote that shit in lunch period the day before at the library after a nigga ate. The whole shit, real quick, just on some quick bullshit. And it apparently was like the best fucking essay in the class. So I was just like, this shit is crazy. So I wrote about that experience. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what this one is about.
Yeah, quick story, like really quick. A similar situation happened with my brother. You know my brother. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they was like, he didn't write this. Like, no, he did.
Mm-hmm. Definitely wrote this. Black people are smart. We know big words, nigga. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. So up next, we got Bright. Keep it locked.
Yo, yeah. Hey yo, I done been Martin, Huey, Malcolm, Mr. Cooper, TJ from Smart Guy with knees like Ewing, Roger, Booty Tang, Carton, Pookie, never with the hard drugs, but vodka no chase, though I always had the sauce that all juice on potatoes. Looks can be deceiving, doing great, no debate though. Reminiscing way back to grade school. Never did my homework, them teachers try to play you like I ain't have to work at 5. Been at school since 7, bitch, that's a full-time job. I don't got time and a half for rotting in ISS. Ace the final and pass and got that ass all stressed, yes. Don't hate the player, hate the regions. Like my English teacher living on pretense. I wrote an essay 20 minutes off the dome. Got 100 with a note that was real good if you wrote it. Damn. Voter confidence reversed. Talked the least and paid the most attention. Guess you didn't notice. Good onomatopoeia, all the feelings I was holding. Going through the emotions, it's therapeutic to notice. Guess who grew to be a poet? Hey, yo, I hate when it rains, but ain't gonna complain. It ain't as if the sun don't shine under the clouds. It just show up every day on time. I'm saying they ain't gotta see, my nigga, for you to be who you gonna be, my nigga. For really though, focus on your deeds, my nigga. The house shifts on you to succeed, my nigga. Go exceed, young nigga, shine bright.
The stars are out tonight, and I'm with it. The moon is shining bright, and I feel it. The stars are out tonight, and I'm with it. The moon is shining bright, and I feel it.
Yeah, I love that song. That shit's gonna be fire when y'all hear like all the verses on it. Like that shit's gonna be like extra.
Yeah, this is just a trailer. We can't give him everything all at once. So I'm not even playing all the songs you said.
Yeah, give him a little taste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, there was mad double entendres in that first run. Like I said, I done been Malcolm, Huey, Martin, Mr. Cooper. When I said Malcolm, Huey, and Martin, I was talking about like the figures in what's the name, and I was talking about figures from Black TV shows.
Yeah.
So there was like 3 double entendres in the first like 2 bars, something like that. So, and I sneak shit in there like that, but I want to make sure that if you don't catch the double, it still makes sense by itself. And that's a mistake a lot of rappers do. Like they'll put a crazy fucking punch in there, but nobody understand it if they don't catch it.
Right.
So it's like it's hidden, but there's a lot of little shit in that song.
But that will add to replay value, honestly. Because like
for real,
I'm gonna hear like 3 years later, be like, wait a minute.
that shit is awesome. I've had that happen. That happened to me with Mos Def, and I found out that he said power lift up out of this towering inferno, right? And so it burns through the journal. It was a double because Towering Inferno was a movie from 1970 where they have to airlift these niggas off the top of this burning skyscraper. And I figured that shit out years after hearing Black on Both Sides because I was working at Best Buy and I put the DVD on the rack. And I was like, wait a minute, nigga, like like shit like that is awesome, dog. I love that. Like,
yeah. And a lot of other genres can't really do it like that. So
yeah, just sneak in these fucking Easter eggs, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, fuck it. But like, should be in there. Like, so
my favorite joint right here that you sent me thus far is Lunch Special. Now, is this one of those songs that you put on your album where you just show that you can rap? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
Not even for real. I mean, I slagged on that shit, but like it wasn't like I was trying to be super lyrical with it. It's just the way the beat was and the way my flow rolled over it. It just everything had to rhyme flawlessly for it to go. Especially because it was kind of slow flowing for me. You know what I mean? Like, so it was kind of like for it to go, it had to kind of alternate. Like the rhyme schemes had to be like A, B, C, A, C, A, like it had to jump a lot. So, but I wrote that because dead ass, that's what I've been doing. Like for the last roughly like 3 months, I've actually been on short-term disability for my job because I broke my leg. Right. So I've been, I had to get surgery, get my patellar tendon reattached. I had to be laid up on the couch in a splint. I've had to relearn how to walk, all types of shit. Right. So I've been home, but I've still been getting paid most of my paycheck because of how my benefits are set up. Right. So I've just been ordering shit to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like just ordering just food. So like, I had fucking Postmates for the longest time. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me get this unlimited shit because I'm ordering like twice a week. So then I'll save money. Then I got a fucking thing from Uber Eats, fucking $25 off your next order. So then I ordered all types of shit I had no business ordering. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, nigga, let me get the T-bone steak, nigga. Let me get you know what I'm saying? And then free trial. Next thing you know, I got the free trial and then I'm on there. And then now I got fucking DoorDash too. And then I had Uber Eats and I had all this shit. So it was really just a song where I ordered some food and I was waiting on my food while I was writing. And then it hit me to just write about ordering food to the crib and just about what my day-to-day life is and coronavirus, just being home and shit. And it just worked. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect it to be as dope as it is apparently, but like everybody apparently loves that song. Like that's one of the ones that people go like, oh shit, like this is crazy. And I'm like, I just I didn't even quite finish it. I kind of just freestyled at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Right.
hey, it is what it is. Art is art. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. So up next, we got Lunch Special.
Yeah. See my Postmates free delivery, unlimited. General Tao's chicken lunch special with 5 wings on the side. Ask my child what he want. Interrupted his NTI and he like, give me a minute, huh? Yeah, that's my nigga. Him and mama pick whatever they heart desire. Eventually, yeah. Ring camera Jenkins, tell the driver through the speaker, leave that on the mat, cause really niggas trying social distance. But I'm a good tipper. It's been a cold winter, sitting with my feet up, chilling. Sometimes I think I shouldn't speak on my blessings when many lack just the minimum. On principle, I'd say I don't deserve it, but I really do. Fuck it, yo, it feel good to be me. I wish that shit for you too. I think that's really the key to all this life shit and getting by. Smiling instead of sliding and uninspired. You gotta get excited for the lunch special. Hey, yeah. See my DoorDash free delivery, unlimited. 2-piece keel special with wedges, macaroni on the side, rib dinner greens, grape Kool-Aid and peach cobbler. Nah, nigga, I'm lying, not twice in a day. I'm about to run this air fryer. You ain't got one, you late. Listen, that feeling is great. I'm about to sear me a steak. Nigga, my cup runneth over. I'm smelling all of my roses so individually that I could draw the petals from memory in 1080p or render 8K for a minimal fee. Getting it, B. Fuck it. Yo, my Uber Eats free delivery unlimited for 30 days.
I canceled that bitch too. Cause nah, I already got 2. I gotta cancel one of them. Like I'm trying to figure out if I'm trying to cancel DoorDash or Postmates, because my real food order niggas, you will feel me. Fucking DoorDash has better shit and they have most of the shit that's on the menu, and Postmates be missing shit and overcharging. But Postmates you tip after, and DoorDash you have to tip up front. And sometimes you be mad as shit when you tip up front and your food be wrong, or these niggas drop it at the wrong house or some shit. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I digress. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I made that shit up about my actual life, clearly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. And what you do is you have the amazing ability to make normal stuff cool. It's like you're like slow motion or glitter or something. Like you just it'd be something super regular, but you just have that effect like that. When Dave Chappelle was in a club, he's like, all right, now here's a club in slow motion. It's just better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's like that, and that's the thing. That's like that was my stated goal when I started rapping. Was literally that. Like my name is Pronoun because a pronoun is what you call a person or a place or a thing if you don't call it its actual name and you're using a shorthand for it. So like, it's not Floyd, it's him. You know what I mean? Like, or dude that lives over there or whatever, that's a pronoun. And I came out with the pronoun name far long before pronoun became such a thing in the LGBT community and stuff like that. But like the reason why I named myself Pronoun is because I was always the quiet person that knew a lot of shit, had a lot of opinions, and was just quiet. Just didn't really say much. So if I'm gonna be a rapper and I'm being a rapper, and the point of me being a rapper is to say the shit that's on my mind, then it's like, these are the thoughts and the opinions of a person who you may not know by name. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the thoughts of the quiet person. You know what I mean? Like, and that was the point. You know what I mean? Like, so some shit like Lunch Special, like, I didn't intend to make it like such like a dope song about just chilling, but like I'm good at that, and that's what I do. And I literally just wrote a song about ordering food to the house and chilling, and it goes hard because that's what I've been doing my whole fucking career. I've been rapping about regular ass shit and just trying to make it interesting. And I've gotten good at what makes simple shit interesting. And there is no great secret to it. It really just comes down to the details. You know what I mean? It's really just the little intricate details that you put in there that puts a person in that situation where you're not just rapping about some shit that's happening. You're seeing it happen because of the detail. You know what I mean? My DoorDash comes, you know, I'm waiting on the DoorDash. I tell you everything that's in my fucking order. I go to tell my son that to get something. He's like, hold up, I'm in school. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Nigga comes. I speak through the speaker on the Ring camera, leave it. We try and social distance, talk about my life. Like the little details are what makes it enjoyable and makes it flow well and what brings you into it and engrosses you in the song. And I've just gotten really good at that aspect of rap. So that's really all it is. And that's something that anyone can do. You just have to intentionally put more detail into the situations you talk about. You know what I mean? Anybody could say, yo, I'm selling drugs and I'm da 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 da. You know what I mean? Selling drugs is a bad example because probably shouldn't go into too much detail. But I'm saying like, you know, anything like if you're, you know, I want to make a song about how much I hate my fucking manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can do that and that shit can work, but explain exactly why you hate your manager, how you explain it to your nigga at your job that you vent to in that detail. And if you do it in that detail and it rhymes well, it'll work. And if you don't do it in that detail and you just talk about, oh, I hate this fucking job, then it's going to be kind of corny. And that's how it works. You know what I mean? And that's really it. And I've kind of mastered the art of the intricate details of storytelling. And that's my greatest skill. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So the title Invincible Spit Kicker.
Okay. Invincible Spit Kicker is a series because my first EP, my second EP. My first EP was called Project Excalibur. And I put it out and I put out the EP and then I had I'm sorry. My first EP was Invincible Spit Kicker. And the album cover is a picture of me in the hospital because I had like a major level asthma attack and I was in the hospital for like 3 days. So it's a picture of me in the hospital. And then it's me, just all the songs that I wrote while I was in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like Invincible Spit Kicker. You know what I mean? Like, So that's where it came from. Invincible Spit Kicker 2 I made when I'd had the same exact injury I had when I was just telling you about how I broke my leg. I tore the same exact tendon off the other leg 5 years ago.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I have something called Osgood Slaughters, which is a condition where the top of your shins have calcium deposits and are thicker than they're supposed to be. So your tendons stretch in like your patella tendon is more stretched, your ACLs are more lax, and it just makes your shit more unstable and it makes you more likely to get certain injuries. Tore the one playing basketball and I tore this other one on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just, you know, so it's just like Invincible Spit Kicker 3 is all of the songs I wrote while I was recovering from this. That's why.
So, last question before we wrap. Not literally. What's your plans for 2021? Like, what does that look like for Pronoun?
It depends what the world looks like, dog. If I'm being like honest, because here's the thing. I am in a very advantageous position right now for myself because I'm on a really, really awesome record label that's really intuitive. Everybody is a creative. Everybody's really dope at whatever they do. And everybody supports each other. And we're a real team, like a family, like how it's supposed to be type shit. You know what I mean? And it's not a slave deal either, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm in a position where literally the only directive I really get from my label head, like, you know, Ramel just be telling me, just give me music, dog. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Not like I need something for the radio. I need this. I need that. He's like, give me whatever the fuck you want to put out and just give it to me. And just give me as much as you want to. Like, and we will put it out and we'll throw it on the schedule and we just gonna rock out. So like I have full creative liberty over everything that I do and an actual record label to push it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can tomorrow be like, you know what? I want to make a 3-track EP, drop it in like a month and do it and be like, yo, I'm trying to drop it in like a month on this date. And maybe I can, maybe I can't because somebody else is dropping that day or something like that. But okay, we'll move it a week out, whatever. And then I can just drop. It's very similar to what I was doing when I was doing everything autonomously by myself. You know what I mean? Like, except I have an actual machine behind me. So it's just like, it's dope. Like I'm ready to do whatever. There are going to be a lot of fucking Pronoun songs that come out this year. There's going to be a lot of little projects. I'm going to do some collaboration projects. I'm going to do a bunch of shit. Besides that, if we can go outside reasonably at any time during this year, I'm definitely going to get back on the performance circuit. But because of my like kind of breathing issues and shit that I have, like I'm not in a rush, honestly.
Right.
And I love performing, but I'm not in a rush to run out there until I get this vaccine. If I do end up taking the vaccine, because I am still on the fence on it, but I'm really heavily leaning towards taking it, which sounds crazy to a lot of Black people, but I've done a lot of research into it in terms of scientific. And it ain't about, oh, I trust America, or I trust these people, or I trust Bill Gates. And I trust the actual science. Like the actual, I can read the science. The science isn't lying to me. That's how I feel about it. But at the same time, it's kind of like, we'll see. But as far as musically in terms of output, yeah, nigga. Like it's a go. Like it's straight a go. Like I have more songs coming besides these. There's more shit I didn't send you. There's more shit you didn't play today because we didn't have enough time because I talked too long. Dog, like I'm gonna be fucking out here this year. You know what I'm saying? And I've really just been sitting back and biding my time and writing records and like kind of, getting my life all copacetic so I can focus on my music without having to worry about other things like work-life balance and, being there for my son and, being here for my girl and, everything else that you got to do in life. And it's like, I have a really good work-life balance right now. And it's kind of at a point where it's kind of like, yeah, nigga, just do it whenever you want to. So like a lot of shit is about to happen, like a whole lot of shit. I have some shit in the tuck, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
And
dope.
I'm just, yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
To be honest, it sounds like you won. Did you win?
I won, dog. It's amazing because like it took me a decade to win. Like it took me a decade to end up on a good record label with a good record contract with real support behind my music to build myself a fan base from the ground up. Like it took a while. And I never compromised my integrity. I never compromised my fucking art. You know what I mean? Like I always went hard. I'm known for being one of them niggas that you only got to see me but once. You only got to hear but one song, my nigga. Like I'm out here for real. Like I am one of those. You know what I'm saying? And it's awesome to see it really start to bear fruit after all this time. And I'm just excited and I'm happy and I'm optimistic. And at the end of the day, if it never pops for me, I'm fine with that too. But like, I like my chances at this point. You know what I mean? And it's a good feeling to feel. You know what I mean?
So if anyone's not familiar with you and they wanted to find you, follow you, support you, where can they go?
Okay. All of my music prior to the one I just dropped called All Juice, which is about everything that happened in 2020. And it's probably the best song I've ever written. Everything besides that song is going to be on pronoun.bandcamp.com. So bandcamp.com is a place where, independent artists put up their music, what have you. It's just pronoun.bandcamp.com. All of my music's there. It's all name your price. You pick whatever amount you want to pay for it. Even if you put $0, that's fine. I just give it a shot and see how you feel about it. Is how I feel. And then in terms of my new music going forward, it will be on both, but the music will premiere first on the DSPs like Spotify and Tidal and everywhere else. And then after about a month, then they'll go on my website for download, just because as part of the label, it's something I definitely need to focus on more, is upping that end of it. You know what I mean? In terms of, because everybody has this head start on me because they've been putting shit on Spotify for years. You know what I mean? And on whatever else. So really, I need to put more of a focus into that. But also, like, if anybody ever asks me for some fucking music, nigga, I will send it to you. Like, I'll email you fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and, you can find all my contact information on the Pronoun Bandcamp website. All of my social media is Furious Floyd. At Furious Floyd, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything is at Furious Floyd. So if you add Furious Floyd pretty much anywhere, my black ass pops up. Besides that, stay tuned. I have a lot of shit coming soon. I have something coming real soon that just has yet to be announced yet. And thank you for listening. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that fucks with me. Shout out to my label. Shout out to my little brother Florcito, who's on Waiting in the Water, and my homie Byron, who made that beat. Shout out to Jans, who made the beat for Bright, and shout out to Q Mystic, who made the beat for Lunch Special. Those are all the homies, and they're all incredibly dope.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks again. Thanks for your time.
Yep, thank you. Peace out, y'all.
Right.